So last week or a couple of weeks ago, I don't remember exactly when, I did a video on my Dyson Airstraight. And to clarify, I love the Dyson Airstraight, but I prefer on long hair versus my short hair now. And I am in due need of a trim. But apparently this tool that I'm going to talk about today has been viral on TikTok. I have not been on TikTok in a very long time, but it's been viral. Everyone loves it. There is a YouTuber on here who influenced me after seeing her review. I'll have her video linked below. It was a different product because she's from the UK, I believe, but similar results, similar action use of the brush. And it is the Wavy Talk Pro brush. You get this off Amazon and it's ceramics. They have one that's ceramic and one that is tourmaline. It's a different plate. So I got the ceramic one. That's the one that's been talked about and hyped up a lot. I have used this when I style my hair with my Airstraight. Love it. But this is my hair naturally. I have no product in it. I washed my hair last night. There's no product in it. There's nothing. I don't even have heat protection in it yet. So this is just what my natural hair looks like. It's wavy, straight. It has a mind of its own. We're gonna see how this performs on my natural, unstyled, wavy hair. I have high hopes for this, so let's see. Is it worth the hype if it can work so good on unstyled hair? Let's see. I'm gonna first spray some heat protectant onto my hands and put it into my hair so that I'm not overdoing it. This is the Moroccanoil Perfect Defense heat protectant, and I love this stuff. So some claims about the Wavy Talk Pro is that it heats up in 30 seconds. It does heat up fast, I will say that. And before you go in with the brush, you want to make sure your hair is completely untangled, like no tangles or knots in your hair at all, because then your hair can get stuck in there and we don't want that. So making sure that there are no tangles in your hair. And this has 2 temperature heat settings. So the first temperature, which is the lowest, goes up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and they recommend that for fine hair. The second temperature is 410 degrees Fahrenheit, which they recommend for thick hair. So because I have thick hair, I am going to use the higher temperature setting, which is temperature number 2 at 410 degrees. And it says that you can get up to 50% smoother hair. They also claim that you can get a blowout look in 10 minutes. So besides the brush that it came with, it also came with these cute little clips. So I clipped my hair with the clips that it came with, and I'm not gonna worry too much about the bottom part of my hair here. I'm just gonna smooth it out best I can with a brush and go from there. Again, this is the brush, and then I'm gonna set it on the highest setting, and we're gonna let that heat up 30 seconds. And I'm just gonna use this comb from Tangle Teezer just to go through my hair, make sure I have no knots or anything, and I'll have everything linked below if you're interested. So while this heats up, I do want to say this doesn't get hot, but if you leave it on for a while as you're going through your hair, this part here does warm up a bit. So you just want to be careful. It doesn't get too hot where you'll burn yourself, but it does warm up a bit where you're going to start feeling the heat. So I'm going to get started with the back. So I like putting it close at the root first, build some tension there, and then just move it. Problem with my hair when it's this length, it always like curls outward, and I kind of want it to go in. I can't master that yet. What am I doing wrong? Help me if you know. I'm like rotating it inwards, but it still goes out. So I don't know what I'm doing. So now that I got the back out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep dividing my hair and styling it and show you guys how I go about it. So using my comb, making sure there's no tangles in my hair. And then I'm gonna put it at the root first, twist, bring it down, and then roll as I go. And then when I get to the top, I like to hold it for 10-15 seconds and then pull down a bit, unroll, and pull, and then roll up again, and then hold it for another 5 or 10 seconds. And then I'm gonna repeat that motion, unroll, and then pull. Ooh, this is nice on my natural hair with nothing on it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab another section and I'm gonna repeat the same process. So sometimes I struggle with volume, and this is just a nice way to get volume. So as you saw with the front piece, I kind of do it the same way, but I also sometimes will go in and just go vertical and curl it away, and I'll show you that with the same piece that I just did, just so you guys can see. I like doing it up the way you guys just saw because it gives nice volume at the root. So now I'll just take that same piece like that. Make a nice little curl. So this is the finished look. It took me no time at all. I love this round brush. I understand why it's been so hyped. This is a great tool to have if you struggle with volume, like I said, or if you need to do your hair quick on the go. I love having this to create more body, more movements, even some curls. I'm not too good with the curling yet. I'm gonna keep practicing with that, but just in that short time, just look at how it took my hair from how you saw it in the beginning to how it looks now. I mean, it looks like I got a professional blowout. So to finish it off, I am gonna take some Verb Ghost Oil. I've had this for so long. I'm gonna take just one little pump, and I'm just gonna distribute that just for some nice shine. I mean, look at that movement. Rake it into my hair with my fingers. I should also say this is light. This is very, very light. So if you're someone who can't hold a heavy tool, maybe you have arthritis or you just struggle with heavy weight on your wrists, this is extremely lightweight. And I love that the swivel cord moves, so you're not getting it tangled around your arm or anything. It's just easy to maneuver, move around, and this swivels along, so you're not getting caught up with anything. It's not in the way. So that's another good thing. The only thing, like I said, right here, because I just had it on right here, it is warm. It can get hot, and right here as well. If I press on it, if I was still styling my hair, it would be uncomfortable to keep my hand here because it's getting hot. So just that's something to be aware of, that this does get hot. The tip of it doesn't, but if you're holding it like this and your fingers are touching this part here where my finger is, that gets very hot. So just keep that in mind if you do get this brush, that can get hot. I also noticed that compared to other tools that I've used in the past, I've used something similar to this and it was a nightmare, but this doesn't really pull hair. You want to make sure you put tension, especially when you're at the root, but to not pull any hair out, don't try to pull it off immediately. When you put the hair at the root, you want to kind of unwrap it first, and then you can go ahead and gently slide and pull it off. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully while I was doing my hair, you were able to tell during the demonstration. There were times where I was trying to pull it rapidly and I felt like my hair was getting pulled. So you don't want to just right away pull it off. You want to unwrap and then bring it down so that your hair isn't getting pulled out of your head. We don't want to lose any more hair. One last thing I want to note is that the cord is not super long. So while I was styling my hair, I was like kind of hunched over because it's not super long. So that's just one downside to it. If you like a very long cord, this one is not that long. Besides the cord not being so long, is this, I don't think this is advertised to use on wet hair. I've seen some questions float around about using it on wet hair. I would not use this on wet hair. It's not recommended, I don't think. It really truly does work best when the hair is dry. You can use it on styled hair, or as you saw earlier, my hair was unstyled and it did a fantastic job. So do not use on wet hair, strictly on dry hair. I don't think it would perform well, and I think you would end up frying your hair and you don't want that. So just on dry hair alone. Overall, I really like this tool. I think it's a great tool to have in your collection, especially if you're not someone who owns like the Airwrap or the Shark or any similar styler to that, or if you don't have another round brush in your collection. I think this is really good to have. It's extremely lightweight, so if you want to travel with one tool instead of taking multiple tools, this can get the job done. I think it did a fantastic job. If you guys look back at my Dyson video, you guys can tell that I had no volume in my hair. There was no volume at all. But this gave me a bit of volume, and I love how my ends look. It looks like I put a little more effort into my hair, and I didn't. I usually never did. So this is a great tool to have. Let me know, have you tried this? Have you tried anything similar to this? Or do you own the Airwrap and it gives you a similar result? I would love to know your feedback down below. Hopefully this video was helpful. I know it was a quick video, but I just really wanted to share my thoughts about this. I really like this tool. I'm glad I have it. It's a great addition to my Air Straight. Again, I would love to hear your feedback. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It would truly help me out, and subscribe if you're not already. And I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to just watch this video. And I hope you have an amazing and blessed day wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.